The live performance venue is something that the council is able to organise with APRA and AMCOS, which are the copyright entities in New Zealand. The places like the Tote Club, radio stations, they have arrangements with the copyright organisations and they have bands that are allowed to play in the Tote Club, for example, and they have performers there who send in the artists that they are, music and lyrics that they sing. There is 6 major groups throughout the world, and every 6 months that's divvied up and the artists are paid for their creative copyright. So how that works, for example, Elvis sang a lot of songs that belonged to other people, and every time he sang one of those songs, those people that wrote the song or the music got paid. The copyright lasts for 70 years after the death of the person who wrote them, so that means there's inheritance that goes to family members. What a live performing venue in the youth park, which just out of, as part of historic reasons, there was a young woman who was on a television show, and her wish was to put a youth park in, so it was built in 3 days. One of the things I remember is Neil Sinclair donated $5,000. Lots of other organisations and people throughout the district donated timber, time and building skills, and so that's where our youth park appeared in 3 days. And one of those things was a venue that sits there. Live performance venue is something the council can gazette and put in, and that allows people to go and play there. They fill out the songs that they sing, and they send them off to APRA, and they then have the artists get paid. What it means is songwriters, people that write their own music and songs, can actually get up there and play and fill out their own song repertoire and send it off, and they will then get paid. And that's how that process works. And the reason for making it a live performing venue is that you'll get people, I see this town as like Motown, that was in America, where it's a very, it used to have 64 different languages, and there's 27 on the current census of different languages in this town, and there's a lot of musical abilities, lots of different languages, a lot of different styles. And so if we're producing our own music, it's an export and product where we get money in from overseas when those songs are played on radio stations or television stations throughout the world. Just to give you an example, you've all seen Seinfeld with the 30-second slapstick bass line. Who wrote that? That 30 seconds, they get paid for it. Every time it's syndicated into 100 different languages and played all over the world, every time it's played in those television stations and radio stations, they get money coming in for that. So we're able to have export-led music in this town throughout the world. Money comes back into Tokoroa, and it's set up that way, the industry. I see a nod from the Chief Executive Officer, so understands that process. So having a live performing venue down there is a no-brainer in my feelings going forward, simply because it will encourage a songwriter to go down there, play their guitar, sing to nobody, but at least they can fill it out and send it off to APRA. And you're laughing, but they will get paid for their time and effort down there because their music gets registered and that sort of thing. The ideal thing is for that music to then get on to a radio station or a television blurb at the beginning of a TV series, but it just encourages our local artists to actually do the right thing. And having a live performing venue is just a status. All it is something that you agree to, and the staff can easily implement it, and it's just part of what happens. Thank you.
Interesting. I remember it was around when we did the youth park in 3 days, and you talked about Neil Sinclair donating 5,000. My husband and I did as well. That was a really amazing community all-in project. Carter Holt at the time came to the party, donated all the materials, and they were